Okay, ja gut, dann probieren wir es hier halt einfach nochmal.
You have run into it.
Oder muss ich den gegen den Zauberer
There's no need to use that.
benutzen? Hä? Wieso? Hä? Wieso hat das gerade nicht geklappt?
You bend over and hold the... That's the danger in getting stoned.
Aber was ich nicht verstehe, ist da vielleicht darunter noch irgendwas? Kann ich dann da rein? In den Baum?
You bend over...
Oder so?
You take... You have run in...
Hä? Wieso rennt er denn sofort wieder weg?
There's not much... There's no way in the world that you could... You try to... There's not much... There's not... You
Okay.
try...
Ja, ich probiere einfach jetzt nochmal alle durch. Wenn das nichts bringt.
You bend over... That's the danger in getting stoned.
So, nochmal. Hatte ich den daneben danach schon? Weiß ich nicht.
You bend... In...
Ja.
You take...
Okay, und dann speichern wir nochmal. Und probieren es bei dem hier.
You bend over... That's the danger in getting stoned. You bend over... That's the danger in getting stoned.
Und ich glaube, den zweiten hatte ich schon.
You bend... That's the danger in getting
Ja.
stoned.
Okay.
You can't...
Was mache ich jetzt damit? Gehe ich zum Sumpf und gucke, ob da irgendwas ist, was ich noch machen kann?
You have run into an evil enchanter. He senses the power of your emerald and quickly departs.
So. Deswegen kommt er mir nicht zu nah. Aber hilft uns das irgendwie?
You can't... You can't...
Hilft mir das irgendwie? Muss ich doch noch mal hochfliegen? Vielleicht. Denn ich hatte in der Lösung kurz was von einem fliegenden Pferd gelesen. Vielleicht wartet das jetzt oben auf uns oder so. Könnte ja sein.
As you reach down...
Ich hoffe, es ist im nächsten Screen.
You...
Nee, hier ist nichts. Okay. Kann ich mir das nochmal angucken?
You cannot remove the... You notice that some writing.
Weil ich meine, ich habe das jetzt ja gemacht.
You read. The engraving on the wall reads, "In row of stones that number 6, half and a pair from left do pick. Quell then my spell, avoid the tricks."
Quell then my spell. Ja, welchen Spell?
You put the bridle over your head. Nothing happens. Don't you feel silly?
Ja, die Frage ist, welcher Spell?
A neatly displayed scroll hangs on the wall. However, its archaic symbols and wording will forever remain a mystery to
Brauche
you.
ich die vielleicht?
You can't. That is not. That is not in. That. Nothing. The gold disc. The gold.
Ja, wofür wir die brauchen, weiß ich auch immer noch nicht.
You hear footsteps approaching.
Aber ich habe doch den Emerald.
Uh-oh, the enchanter has caught you in his lair. He twirls his hands, aims them at you, and then utters some words under his breath. You feel a tingling sensation all over your body as the enchantment attempts to transform you into whatever the enchanter has fancied. At the same time, you also feel the comforting energy of the emerald shielding you. The enchanter's twisted smile turns downwards. He scowls at you. There is a look of panic on the man's face. He does not dare breathe.
I hereby order you to depart from Kalima forever, never to trouble its citizens again, lest you learn the fullness of my wrath.
The enchanter looks baffled. You sigh inwardly and try again.
Leave. If you come back, then you will get it.
The enchanter nods frantically, as much as he can without cutting his own neck on your sword edge. He gestures quickly with his hands.
Okay. Wo zum Henker sind wir
You walk
jetzt?
closer. You read the inscription. The engraving on the wall reads,
Ist noch dieselbe. Können wir denn hier raus? Ja, können wir. Okay.
The gold. The gold. That.
Ich glaube,
That.
sonst können wir hier nichts mehr machen, oder?
You are standing in.
Der hat einfach alles weggezaubert, okay. Joa, dann... Hat sich
You put
vielleicht
the-
unten was getan? Wir fliegen einfach mal runter und hoffen, dass was jetzt passiert. Wo ist mein... Wo ist mein Teppich? Wer hat meinen Teppich geklaut?
The snake cannot see the...
Was muss ich machen?
This object... Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Nothing.
Joa. Keine Ahnung, was ich machen muss. Es ist nur noch eine leere Höhle.
You can't. You are standing. You are You can't.
Aber wieso ist noch die Engraving hier?
A stab.
Das ist die Frage.
You can't. Throwing that away
ich
would
will
be
es
like...
ja nicht wegwerfen. Muss ich hier drin was machen oder draußen? Kann ich hier nochmal reingreifen? Bringt es nochmal was?
The button now seems to be jammed.
Kann ich mit der Engraving, kann ich da irgendwie meinen Zauberspruch oder so sagen?
You get no The cave.
Was zum Henker ist zu tun? Wieso ist er nicht mehr da?
The gold. The gold dip. The gold. The. You can't.
Aber ich kann doch jetzt nicht an der Schlange vorbeilaufen, oder? Nee.
The snake. Your history. The snake does. The snake.
Ach, das hatte ich ja schon.
As you direct the sun's light through the emerald at the snake, you behold a wondrous transformation. Before you now stands a magnificent winged horse.
Thank you for freeing me. A horrid enchanter transformed me into that legless thing after I refused to be his steed.
Klar, total logisch. Ja, dann reden wir halt noch ein bisschen.
That was quite a gamble, to refuse an enchanter.
True, but I could not have accepted, even if I had wanted to. For I am a disciple of the cloud, and can serve no land dweller.
Disciple of the cloud? What does that mean?
First, tell me of what you seek up here.
You take a deep breath, then explain about the door of destiny, the gems of nature, and your present quest to locate the growth gem.
So, you seek the air gem.
Yes, that is right. You know of it?
Most certainly. But you will not be able to reach it by any means available to you or any of your kind. I would gladly take you to it, but alas, the enchanter took and hid from me my bridle. Without it, we could search for 1,000 years and still never find the cloud spirit.
Ey, yo, guck mal, was ich hab.
You slip the bridle over the horse's head. It whinnies its approval.
Come, climb upon my back.
Klaro.
Hold on. This will be a little exhilarating.
The disciple of the cloud gracefully soars high into the sky. You grip the reins tightly and hold on for dear life as he swoops and dips between the clouds. After a time, he draws near to a thick patch of luminous mist. As you pass through it, the horse sets itself down, seemingly on top of a cloud.
It is all right. You can dismount now.
Believing that you have finally lost all sense of reason, you dismount and prepare for a very long drop. And find yourself standing on a cloud.
Okay, und weil ich ja weiß, dass es nicht wirklich sicher ist, wo man hingehen kann und wo nicht, werde ich mich mal ganz vorsichtig hier bewegen. Weil das zum Beispiel hier nach links schon mal nicht geht. Kann ich hier denn nach unten? Ja, super. Es klappt ja irgendwie alles nicht. Geht nach rechts. Wo hast du mich...
Hello?
What is this spirit you speak of?
The essence of what you see. It passes through us as we grow, all through our lives, though few are ever aware of it. You will know soon enough.
Why do you choose to serve this cloud spirit?
It is my destiny, and I must fulfill it, just as you must fulfill yours.
I was not aware that I had one.
All of us have a destiny. Some are predestined, others are determined by choice. I believe yours to be of the latter.
How is it possible that I can stand upon thin air?
Aha.
Such are not the questions you should be asking. You have come for the Air Gem, or the Growth Gem, as it was once named by the ancients. It has not been termed thus without reason, for one who would have the gem as his own must prove himself grown and thus worthy of it.
Meaning, no disrespect.
Cloud Spirit.
Thank you. You must agree, Cloud Spirit, that I am a man fully grown, thus fulfilling your prerequisite.
A howling wind deafens you momentarily, though you feel nothing on your skin. The cloud spirit speaks again, a little more forcefully.
It is not enough that you have grown in body. That much is evident. It must be proven that you have also grown in both mind and soul. So on these shall you be tested.
Tested?
Those who bear the burden of king are expected to possess certain qualities. Your actions will be judged against the weight of these. It shall be seen whether you are deserving of your title. It shall be seen whether you are worthy of the Growth Gem.
After a moment of silence, the cloud spirit intones,
Behold your first test.
The mist around you clears, and you find yourself in a familiar place. This is Daventry, and furthermore, you are a child again. A slight dizziness overwhelms you for an instant. How strange, you no longer recall anything past this moment in time. It is as if this is happening again for the first time. Even stranger, you are still vaguely aware that you are undergoing a test of some kind, though for what purpose, you cannot fathom. But look, it is Malvolio, your best friend. The two of you are deeply engrossed in a game of bat and ball.
Ouch!
Uh-oh! That sounds like the King Mao! What do we do?
You there.
Yes?
Yes? Is that how you address your liege?
No, Your Majesty, King Edward, sir. I mean, sire.
Which of you two boys threw that ball? The one that just happened to land on my head?
Oh Gott. Was habe ich gesagt? No, no, no.
You eagerly point the finger at Malvolio.
Oh,
He hit the
nein.
ball over the wall, after all.
It was all his fault, sire.
Nein!
Blame him. Punish
Oh.
him. Lock him away in the dungeon.
I see. Well, I am afraid I do not lock children in dungeons for simply being careless. However, I will see you play your game elsewhere. Away from here. By the way, my young fellow, it is not becoming of anyone of good character to blame others for the wrongs they may or may not have done.
Yes, sire. I mean, no, sire.
And considering that presumably you two are friends, your response was not consistent with that of true friendship. The finest knights in this realm demonstrate their compassion by protecting others, even if that should mean putting themselves at risk.
Okay, durchgefallen.
Behold your second test.
You feel yourself growing older, more so than before the tests began. Again, dizziness overcomes you. Your memory of the previous test fades, and in its place, your mind is filled with the knowledge of everything that has since come to pass. This includes, unfortunately, the dreadful misfortunes which have plagued Daventry since the coming of the terrible three-headed dragon. To make things worse, your 17-year-old daughter has been demanded as its latest sacrifice. In return, it will not harm the rest of the population until the next demand. You would go forth to destroy the dragon yourself, but you no longer have the heart for such quests. Never have you felt so forlorn, so frail. You fear that given the choice, you would do anything to rectify the situation.
A charming view. No wonder you come here so often.
You. I will see you hanged for this intrusion. Guards! Guards!
Calling them will do you no good. For even if they come, they will find their king speaking to only the air he breathes.
A pox on thee! Who are you?
My name, my true name, has been heard by none for an eye on a millennium. It is enough that you know me as the Father.
Then say what you have come to say and be gone.
You never were one for small talk.
You cursed my family. As a result, that dragon is now loose upon the land, and one of my children was kidnapped.
Now that is not quite the truth.
Do you deny your involvement?
Not at all. It is just that you have omitted so much.
Speak, and be gone.
Very well. I want your crown.
You cannot believe what you have just heard. This vile creature has caused untold misery throughout your land for nearly 18 years and has now infiltrated your castle just to ask that you hand over your authority to him? Of all the outrageous...
Is that what this is all about? You want to rule Daventry?
What would I want with a puny little kingdom when in a few short years I will have more power than Legitimor himself? No, I want only the thing you wear atop your head. Your crown. It is an essential part of my plan. Without it, my efforts to prepare for the ascension will have been in vain. I have waited far too long to be deterred from it now.
If you need it that badly, you could have just taken it. You had plenty of opportunities.
Are you completely ignorant of the legends of your predecessors? None can possess the crown of the first king unless it's given.
If you think for one moment that I would...
Before you speak further, consider this. In exchange for what I ask, I shall lift my curse and all that it entails from you and your blighted land. You shall have both it and your family restored in full. Minus your title, naturally.
Your mind reels at these words. For almost 2 decades, a countless number of innocent people have suffered under the afflictions Daventry has had to endure. So many more people would continue to suffer indefinitely, notwithstanding the pain you feel over your own family's misfortune. With a simple statement, you could put an end to it all.
Okay, diesmal werde ich besser antworten. Unconditional acceptance, provisional acceptance, severing the lifeline, pride cometh before all else, no. Final act of defiance. Nee. Severing the lifeline, was ist damit gemeint? Ich meine, ich muss eigentlich alles machen für mein Volk und meine Familie, ne? Wir akzeptieren.
You willingly give the father your crown and the title that goes with it. You wonder what Edward would say if he saw you now. You imagine he would not be pleased.
Thank you. You have made the right decision. Now, I shall send you on your way. Your family is waiting for you. One of them is a tad cold. Been ascending Daventry's peaks, I believe.
Behold your third test.
Once again, you feel yourself age. You are many years older now, though still, thankfully, King of Daventry. As before, the knowledge of the previous test ebbs from your mind. This time, however, it is filled with a greater knowledge of all that has come to pass thus far. Many years have passed. Your children, once heirs to your throne, have forged their own paths in other kingdoms. Fortunately, chance has seen fit to fill the vacuum. Following the restoration of the Mask of Eternity, Daventry now has a new champion.
How do you feel?
I am deeply honored, sire.
All right. Now, how do you really feel?
Scared out of my wits, sire.
You smile and feel the lines in your face stretch. You hope you'll get used to it when the true time comes.
You know what they've been saying. About my decision, that is.
The people question my ability to perform the duties when I have another higher obligation. I believe that I can attend to both with the utmost equity.
You do not deny that this obligation may arise at any moment, perhaps taking you away from this country at a time of great need?
Of course not, sire, but I shall deal with that troll, as they say, when I cross that bridge.
And there is the matter of you not being of royal birth. That does not sit comfortably with some of the nobles.
The qualities of truth, right, and order can shine from even the most impoverished of souls. Nobility is defined through one's actions, not one's lineage, Your Majesty.
You cannot help but smirk. For a man who had once lived as a peasant, he speaks extremely well.
Neid.
Kneel. Your sword. By virtue of your bravery, loyalty, and good conscience, I have chosen you to be my first knight. Thus you are my successor and heir to this throne. Arise, Sir Connor of Daventry.
Ja, Connor aus dem 8. Teil. Mein Lieblingsteil, der war wirklich, wirklich cool.
In an instant, you find yourself standing before the cloud spirit once more. You also notice that it is starting to get dark.
You have demonstrated that you have not yet grasped a basic understanding of compassion, honor, and loyalty. These attributes transcend the mind and speak of the soul within you. In most souls, growth continues unabated. In you, however, it has been arrested. As a result, you have not grown as a living thing should. You are judged unworthy of the heir and growth gem.
Cool. Das ist nicht gut. Okay.
In the last fleeting moments of your life, you wonder whether you could have made some better choices.
Gut, ich würde sagen, wir belassen es erstmal dabei. Wir wissen jetzt, was die Challenges sind, die Tests, und werden es beim nächsten Mal besser machen. Bis dann!